What's up, guys? It's Twisted Tris, and I bet you're wondering why I'm all geared up today. And that's because I have something special for y'all planned, so make sure you stay tuned. Well, I guess you already know because of the title of the video, but I'm gonna be test driving some brand new Suzukis, courtesy of my local motorsports store, Ride Now Power Sports. And yeah, I'm excited, guys. I'm gonna be meeting up with Silent. Ella may be coming along, and yeah, we're gonna have a great day. We're gonna see how it goes. So I'm just gonna cut to, I guess, whenever Silent gets to our meetup spot, and then from there we will ride out to the power sports store and we'll get on the bikes and we'll have a great time. Love you guys. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I will catch y'all very shortly. Deuces. Okay, guys, I am on the seat of the, I don't know, dude, probably like the 2025 DRZ4SM. Looks pretty nice. I'm on the white and blue color scheme. Bike looks nice. First thing that I will say, very quiet. Oh my gosh, that's so quiet. I don't really like that. Me personally, I like a loud bike so I can hear what's going on, but it feels way less vibraty, shaky than my bike, which is the DRZ450. So this is 50 cc's of displacement less and heavier. Steel frame, my bike's aluminum frame, but there's a lot of tech, a lot more than I'm used to. Looks like we have ABS, traction control, off-road, on-road ABS. Sounds kind of retarded. Can't even lie to you. But otherwise, probably really good for an everyday commuter. Nice mirrors so I can actually see behind me. That is something I'm not used to. But just very, very quiet. I don't know if I like that too much. I like the GSXR. That's kind of what I wanted to ride, but kind of worried because I've never been on a street bike before. But all these bikes are fairly quiet. There's not really a very loud one out and about, you know what I'm saying? Which for your neighbors, probably very good. But I like to hear. I like for my bike to be screaming. Fairly loud as well. I want people to know I'm there. It's got torque though. It's just very quiet. Very quiet. It does have torque. I almost got thrown off the back right there when I let the clutch all the way out. So I'm pretty sure this puppy will do a 12er. No doubt about it in my mind, actually. Am I gonna do a 12er on a sanctioned test drive? No. But it does. It's got some get up. It's not a slouch, that's for sure. It is not a slouch for sure. Yeah, it'll definitely kick up. It's got a lot more torque than I figured it would have. Still ain't no DRZ450 Supermoto.
You little nuts are gonna be quaking. You're gonna shoot.
But you know, this is actually pretty enjoyable, I would say. This is my only my third bike I've ever ridden in my entire life. Okay, I just ride Benito and Tina, and that's pretty much it. But this is a nice change of pace. It's like sort of a mix between a Grom and a full-fledged Supermoto. It's quieter than the Supermoto, obviously. it's really smooth, really smooth. But when it lets out on the clutch, it lets out hard. But it's got some get up. It has got some get up for sure. But very smooth. It's honestly like if Benito were to have a lot more get up and go. Which I am a fan. I can't lie. I mean, I figured it would be a little underwhelming, which it is a bit heavier than Tina. But, I mean, Tina is a one-of-a-kind bike. A 250-pound, 50 horsepower race machine on road tires, you know? So, not that bad. I can and will say that this is pleasurable. It doesn't feel like I'm gonna get thrown off unless like I severely dump clutch. So I think this is gonna be a good bike, especially if this would be a great new rider bike for sure. And I will say, I am not afraid to give this one the beans, like to the degree that I'm afraid to give Tina the beans for real. Like, this is a lot more tame, but it still has some decent get up and go. Now you might have to dump clutch to get a wheelie. I don't think this is power wheeling at all. Especially if you're a lighter person, you might be able to get it to jump up if you know, you're a big back and you sit towards the rear tire. You might be able to get it to jump up, but I don't think I will be able to do that just off a throttle. But yeah, I think this is pretty nice. I don't think the seat is as comfortable as it looks. I will say that the seat is not as comfortable as it looks. It's a wider seat than, and sorry if y'all don't like my frame of reference here, but I mean, literally, I only ride Tina, okay? So, the seat, I would say, is about the same hardness as a supercross bike, but it's wider. So, it might be a little bit more accommodating over long distances, but I can already feel my butthole hurting.
What the hell?
So, probably would get tired very quickly. The pegs where you place your feet are not the most grippy, okay, but I am used to motocross pegs that have the aggressive spikes, and then I usually wear Vans, so the waffle cone typically really locks in pretty good. I feel like if these got a little bit wet, it would not be as grippy as you would expect. But really solid bike. I think this is actually really fun. Would probably be very good for a daily commute type deal. Really, it's a real slouch if you're already low gear, and then, or like low RPM, and then you give it the beans to get up there. It's not accelerating like my bike at all. But you know, the bike that I typically drive has the same power to weight ratio as like a Ferrari 488 GTB or something like that. So I'm driving a glorified sport bike, if you want to consider it that. But no, I do think this bike is actually very good, very balanced. It doesn't shake your bones to death. Just all around not bad at all. Now, is all around not bad good? I would like to say otherwise. I think bikes are better whenever you have like a niche that you fulfill, right? Otherwise it's just boring. Woo! But yeah, it's a jumper. If you let that clutch out, it'll jump. mean, you saw how quick they leave me. This is not by any means a fast bike. Probably a very good starter bike, I think. Very good starter bike. You just got to be careful and stay within your limits if that's what you believe on doing. If you want to be a goon, probably could be a good intermediate gooner bike. You know, like if you're new to bikes but you still want to do some coon dog shit, you could easily do it on this bike. But it's a slouch. It is not anywhere close to the bike that I'm used to riding at all. It's not that quick. Like, yeah, it'll probably get up on highway speeds and it'll probably hold them pretty good and cruise at good highway speeds. Like, my bike is not good at that. My bike is good low end torquey. You know, if you're going through the countryside, you want to get some fast action in a short amount of time, and you want to feel like you're getting ripped off of the seat, then I would say yes, 10 billion percent, this bike is not that. It will rip you off the seat, but not at the same rate that Tina would, which is fine. You know, every bike is different. Every bike has its own purpose. But I do think this is, it's a little weird. I would say it's good at most things, but not technically, how can I put this? It doesn't excel at one thing, right? Like, you could daily this, you could go around town in this, you could drive it when it's hot, probably when it's cold. It'll last you a long time, all right? But I don't think it's like, it just doesn't have that wow factor, you know? It's a good bike, don't get me wrong, but I will say, to me, it's a little bit underwhelming. It feels like a little bit bigger Grom to me, which is fun. I mean, if you like riding Groms, slow bike fast, always more fun than fast bike slow, I think this will be a good bike for you. Suzuki, please sponsor me, please.
You're gonna make me kill myself. Unblock me.
But it does feel pretty slow, and it could just be me not being used to the bike, or being in the wrong gear, because I mean, I can be like going 20 miles in 5th gear on Tina and then get up to 80 in the blink of an eye. But this bike will take a long time for it to do that, that's for sure. I'm just trying to make sure that the dude behind me is a safe enough distance back for me to make turns, because I've never ridden with these people and they do seem cool, but guys, you never know how other people ride. But this is a fun bike, no lie. Like, this little section of road that we're going on, it's good. This is good. It's not too heavy. It's a little bit heavier than Tina, but once you get it going, I mean, you can still probably flick it low and dip and rip, you know? But I don't know, a Tina, the frame is a little bit skinnier, so I feel like I have more play with my legs and I can push with my knees a little more. This one's a little bit wider, so it feels, you know, a little bit less inclined to hit a sharp turn like Tina will, which is my dirt bike. But all around, I would say this bike is very good. It looks awesome. The only thing I'd really change is the headlight, because I think that is ugly as balls. But for the most part, yeah, I think this is a great, like, middle class starting bike. Like, if you have a little riding experience but not much, this will be good for you. I could see it being a little bit dangerous for a brand new rider, especially if they're a little bit shorter, which I think I'm like 5'8", 5'9", and I can double foot this with ease. I mean, supermotos tend to be a little shorter than a regular dirt bike anyways. But no, this is a pleasurable ride. Seriously. And I am also really thankful that this guy is moving at a nice pace. He's not going too slow, which is good. Because I was kind of expecting this to be like a slow ride, maybe not even really get to try it out all that much. But yes, it's very slow. Like those other bikes are just taking me to Gapplebee's, man. I feel like if I was on Tina, there's no way they'd be able to leave me at all. And I would still be able to, like, you know, ride it as I please and do whatever. Plus, I'm not gonna lie, I'm also kind of taking it a little soft because this is not my bike and I really don't have the money to pay for it at all. So I don't want to break it and I don't want to crash it because, guys, I cannot afford to go down and pay for this bike. That would absolutely crush me. But this is decent, I will say. Like if I lived in the city, this would not be a bad option at all. Like stop and go, you know, not bad for this bike at all. But at the same time, I think MSRP on this, which I'll look it up to correct myself if I'm wrong, is right around 8,000–9,000. And I bought Tina MSRP for 7,500, and I think that is much more worth it. But I also did spend a total of like 14K to get that one exactly how I needed it. But this is a slouch, man. Like, I don't know. It could just be because I'm big backed and I'm fat AF.
Yes, it is. You're right.
But it just doesn't feel like overwhelming, which for some people might be great, you know, but for me personally, I would say not so much. I like to be excited, I like to be terrified, and these people are dusting me, like off turns and everything. Like I'm able to hang with them in the turn, but their throttle out is just, you know, way more than what I have. And you know, that's fine and dandy, because realistically when you're riding in traffic, it's not a race. But I don't know, man, I just feel like it's a little too underwhelming for my taste. I like to be excited, I like to be scared, and I like to be humbled by my bike. And I feel like I ride safer and I'm able to progress my riding capabilities because I ride on such a dangerous machine that could kill me. But you know, it's kind of like you choose to sink or swim. And with this, you're wearing floaties. At least to me. That's just my opinion. If y'all have a DRZ4SM, feel free to let me know in the comments, or if you're thinking about it, we can talk in depth more. But also, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, guys. Because I would really appreciate if y'all supported the channel. So maybe, you know, I might be able to do more things like this in the future, where I test out more bikes and give my honest review and feedback. But yeah, guys, this is like, it's nice, but it's not overwhelming in any sense at all. The brakes are great. I just think it's really slow off the line. Like, I'm getting taken to Applebee's by pretty much any bike that there ever was. You like it? I like it too. But look at that guy. Holy cow. But yeah, if I were to say anything, if you've ever ridden dirt bike on the street with supermoto wheels, this basically feels like a way more tamed version of that. This does not feel like challenging to me or any sense of that. Like, very tame, very tame. It'll definitely do a nooner, but for the most part, I'd say it's like a 5 out of all categories.
This is not a banger. This is not a banger, and I know bangers.
It's not scary at all, which, you know, for some people is a very good thing. It's just for Twisted Tris, I think this bike has a lot of good things and equally as much mediocre things, especially if you are an experienced rider and you've ridden fast bikes and really torquey bikes. I don't think this will excite you much, but I do think it's a good bike and it looks pretty good. It's got the Warp 9 wheels, just like Tina. I really like the color schemes on it. There's the blue one right there. Very short first gear. Like, I feel like if it had a longer first gear, it'd have a little bit more pull, which I don't know if you can change something like that without it being expensive, but I mean, I feel like what this bike was made to do, it does well. I mean, my frame of reference is only driving my Supermoto that I converted from a race bike. So I can't really be too harsh on it, you know, but I think this is a fairly decent bike, for sure. Not the best, not the worst, definitely not the worst. Way better than my Grom clone, because I mean, you can actually go a decent speed, and like, it would take me 6,000 to 17,000 business days to get up to 45 on my Grom, which, you know, is fine if you're riding around in the city, but any other time, not so much, you know. I wonder if this ride is over. It is, which is fine. You know, I was hoping I'd get a little more out of it, but yeah, guys, this was the DRZ4SM. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. And it has a kickstand. Yeah, I would say it's pretty good. Looks very good. Very good indeed. It's just that front headlight. Cannot be not a big fan of the headlight. But everything else, I would say, is very good. Very, very good. How was yours?
Golly, it's amazing what 20 years does.
Yeah?
Bike's 20 years newer than mine, and holy shit is it so much better.
Hell yeah.
It drives so much different. But I don't like all the new bikes. You don't get the feel, you know what I mean? The wire on the, like, I can feel the engine and it pulling back. This is just like, I don't know. Yeah, really, you
can't feel the power band, nothing, dude. Quick shift, auto blip, everything.
Quick shift, yeah, that threw me off. Like,
That's
weird. I got an 06 and it's just like I can feel the bike, I can feel everything.
I'm gonna get out of this gear because it is so hot. And I think I'm gonna go home and get some water, guys. But it's been Twisted Tris. Thank you for being here with me. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and you know, hopefully I can do more of this stuff in the future. So yeah, guys, I'll catch y'all on the next one. Love y'all once again. Deuces.